Hey everyone. Welcome to Secrets Behind the Stars. Everything you're looking for is right here in this video, so settle in, hit subscribe to Secrets Behind the Stars, and share before we dive deeper. New Year's nights in the celebrity world always bring bold moments, but this time, the most startling whisper of the evening surrounded Mahassine Merabet and Cenk Torun. Word spreading through the grapevine says that at a low-key New Year's gathering, tucked away from public eyes, Mahassine Merabet made a deeply personal admission to Cenk Torun while a few trusted friends looked on from nearby. As the night mellowed, with the playlist slowing down and conversations turning softer, Mahassine supposedly asked Cenk to step aside for a quiet talk, far from the clinking glasses. What happened next, according to onlookers, changed the energy around them. People close to the couple claim Cenk's expression shifted in an instant, surprise first, then something tender, as he pulled Mahassine in for a tight embrace. Those seated at neighboring tables say that once the pair returned to their seats, no one dared interrupt them. Mahassine, they add, seemed both glowing and nervously excited, her hands moving as she spoke, while Cenk listened with a calm seriousness that drew attention without a single word. Before long, images from the night filtered onto social media, and the conversation exploded. In several photos, Mahassine wore a softly draped, loose-fitting dress, and within minutes comments ballooned, speculation spiraled, and threads multiplied. According to the rumor mill, Mahassine hinted at a pregnancy in that private chat, though neither she nor Cenk has confirmed anything. That silence, more than anything, has only made the rumors louder. Some people close to the couple argue what happened could be a misunderstanding, a personal topic blown out of proportion by those eager for a sensational twist. Social media, as always, divided itself into camps. One side insisted the whole story was baseless, arguing that a flattering cut and a strategic angle can mislead anyone. The other side, remembering the couple's famously on and off rhythm, declared that nothing would surprise them anymore. They said if any couple would drop a surprise like that on a quiet New Year's, it would be them. A recent interview added fuel to the fire. Mahassine has repeatedly drawn a boundary around her private life, saying she'd rather protect it than feed the rumor machine, while in recent weeks Cenk has retreated from posting almost entirely. For those tracking the hints, the mix of privacy and silence was all the confirmation they needed. For others, it was simply two people refusing to hand over their lives to public consumption. As the story ricocheted across entertainment feeds, everyone waited for a definitive line from the couple. But for now, the whispers lead the way, multiplied by every share, every comment, every cropped screenshot. The truth, it seems, will only arrive with a clear statement from their own lips. After the talk spread like confetti in early January, new murmurs about what was happening behind the scenes started to draw attention. Sources say that Mahassine pivoted to a quieter routine right after the holiday, stepping back from events and appearances outside her set and scheduled commitments. Was it a strategic pause, a retreat for sanity, or something more? No one could say, and the lack of certainty fed an already hungry crowd. Cenk, for his part, was said to be staying close to his oldest friends, sharing long dinners and unhurried evenings, but never addressing the topic directly. Silence became its own kind of message, one some people called wisdom and others suspected was a way to wait out the storm. The debates raged on about whether the couple was letting the noise burn itself out or whether uncertainty held them back from speaking too soon. And then came the timing questions. Mahassine's calendar is one of the busiest in her career, and having such an intimate claim burst into the spotlight right now struck many as either a cruel coincidence or a calculated leak. Meanwhile, the couple's long history of makeups and breakups made the rumors travel faster, as if every headline from their past cleared a path for this one. Fans, well-versed in their up-and-down story, couldn't agree on which way to lean. To some, this felt like a turning point, a chapter shift no one saw coming. To others, it felt like yet another misunderstanding spun into a spectacle. The comments told the story of a divided audience, cautious optimism sitting shoulder to shoulder with impatience, protective voices clashing with cynics who wanted hard facts and nothing else. Still, there was no confirmation. Still, no denial. And still, the sense that one sentence, just one sentence, from either Mahassine or Cenk could change everything. Days passed, and instead of shrinking, the conversation grew new branches. People said Mahassine had become more protective of her space, redirecting any probing questions about private matters and giving a cooler, more measured composure to the cameras. Some said it was simply a personal shift, the kind that happens naturally when a person recalibrates priorities. Others insisted it was a direct response to New Year's night and the storm that followed. On Cenk's side, a deliberate calm prevailed. Among friends, he was thoughtful and quieter than usual, keeping his words careful and his plans private. For some, that was the mark of maturity. For others, it felt like the hush that comes right before thunder. The fact that the pair hadn't been photographed together in recent days only stoked the speculation. Industry chatter chimed in, too. Some producers and colleagues supposedly worried about the distractions crowding around Mahassine's name, wondering aloud how the conversation might spill into work. Yet those same voices acknowledged something else. On set, she hadn't missed a beat. She showed up prepared, disciplined, present, and professional, the kind of focus that wins respect in silence. Fans applauded that resolve, interpreting it as a refusal to let private life overshadow craft. Others read it as the surest sign that she wanted the spotlight to return to her work and nothing else. If there's one thing celebrity culture teaches, it's how quickly unverified claims can become louder than the truth. The speed at which this rumor expanded only highlighted the pressure that couples like Mahassine Merabet and Cenk Torun live under every day. And because they've faced similar talk in the past, many concluded that this particular wave was destined to surge. The only certainty, at least for now, is that the New Year's whisper refuses to fade. Unless one of them sets the record straight, the rumor will keep circling, changing shape and size with every retelling. There's more beneath the surface, too. Several sources hint that the couple has been spending more time with family since the party, more phone calls, more dinners, more visits behind closed doors. Some say that is exactly what you'd expect if something big were brewing. Others shrug it off as normal life, the kind of routine that always gets rewritten as intrigue when famous names are attached. Without context, even the most ordinary details can look like breadcrumbs. The truth, as always, sits behind a door only they can open. A friend of a friend claims the room went still when Cenk stood up after their quiet talk, that he wore a look of someone absorbing new information, and that he held Mahassine's hand as they moved back to their circle. Another insists Mahassine's close confidant whispered, "It will be fine, you've got this," as if to calm a tremor of nerves after the private moment. These fragments may be nothing more than the sparkly dust of gossip, but they're the kind of fragments that keep a story alive. Meanwhile, the outfits, the angles, the quick glances in short clips, everything transforms into evidence in the court of public opinion. A cardigan worn 2 days in a row becomes a clue. A skipped event turns into a theory. A carefully chosen caption is parsed like a riddle. Neither Mahassine nor Cenk has given an inch, and so the crowd fills in the blank spaces with whatever fits the tale they want to tell. It is, for better or worse, how these stories are written. The couple's shared history adds layers. Their breakups and reconciliations were never subtle, and the intensity that draws them together is the same gasoline that can ignite the most dramatic headlines. That's why this narrative caught fire so quickly, because it fits the pattern the public knows so well, even if reality, behind the scenes, is softer and more complicated than any public pattern. Those who love them want to believe this is the beginning of a brighter chapter. Those who stand back demand proof. And in the middle sit two people who, by all accounts, are taking their time. If they choose to speak, it could turn the tide in a heartbeat. One sentence, one photograph, one shared moment in the open could either close the book or start a new one. Until then, every shadow is a suspect and every whisper a headline waiting for a verb. Industry whispers add one more twist. It's said that a few brand partners asked cautious questions, the diplomatic kind, wanting reassurance about schedules and commitments. Yet work has continued, and those on set with both stars describe a quiet resilience that makes its own statement. There is a lesson in that, perhaps, that staying steady can be the loudest response of all. Still, we watch. Still, we wait. Each day that passes without a post freights the next one with more meaning. Each public appearance, together or apart, will be scrutinized like a clue dropped on the floor. And then there are the families. Increasing contact, say some, cannot be a coincidence right now. Still, nobody on the inside will say more than the safest words. They're fine, they're focused, they're doing what's best for them. This is where the line holds, where the public story can go no further without the people at its center stepping forward. Whatever happened at that secluded New Year's party, whether it was a quiet confession, a joyous secret, or simply two people carving out a private moment in a loud world, has planted a question in the minds of fans everywhere. And until Mahassine, Merabet and Cenk Torun answer it, the question will keep echoing, changing with every retelling, traveling from comment sections to talk shows to dinner tables like a rumor with its own passport. What we know is this: they are not rushing. What we can guess is that when they do speak, it will not be by accident. The cameras will be ready, the captions will write themselves, and the noise will rise before it finally begins to fade. The rest is patience. The rest is their decision to make, and theirs alone. We will be here when they are ready to tell it in their own way. And when they do, we'll bring you the truth they choose to share, right here, where the story has followed them through every beat. That is the promise. For now, this is what's behind the curtain: anticipation, restraint, and a rumor that learned how to live on silence. Thank you for watching Secrets Behind the Stars. If you enjoyed the video, remember to subscribe to Secrets Behind the Stars and share it with a friend who follows the twists and turns of love in the spotlight. Until next time, we'll keep our eyes open and our questions gentle, waiting for the moment when the answers finally arrive.